Hello, hello. This is Angela with Dogwood Paper Arts. Welcome to my channel. So good to have you all here with me. And welcome new subscribers. It's great to have you here. And hello, all my past subscribers. Great to have you back. So what have I been doing? Well, yeah, as you know, I've been organizing my room and I've got quite a bit done. It's about 3/4 of the way done. I'm not going to show it to you yet. I'm still cleaning. I'm putting like with like. I'm purging some things. I purged almost all of my tube artist paints, and they all went to my son, who is a painter. And I sent my hard canvases and, frame canvases along. I'm going to stick to paper, canvas type stuff, and mixed media arts, because that's where my heart lies, is in mixed media, and journals, of course. Yeah, I've got my pens up here organized in front of me. I've got my I've got some watercolors, and I've got watercolors next to me now with all my brushes. And all my brushes are out of canisters for the first time in 25 years. Wow. I've got my artist paints next to me that I want. And I've got my coffee dyed paper next to me now. Yeah, it's coming along really good. I thought after I purged out all the paint that maybe I would get rid of all of those boxes, but the organizer drawers, But what I decided to do was to use those to take things off of the shelves and put them in, in a container area, an area that they're contained. So like I have all my tools now with tools and just different stuff. I mean, it's going along great. I've got this main table area that is still a fiasco. It's piled high with stuff that is organizing into like with like right now. So I wanted to show you what I've been doing while I've not been organizing, and that is working on this journal. It is glued together, and I'm going to go over this with you in just a second, but I want to share with you the paper pack. And I have to dig under all of the papers that are going into these books to get to it. See, I'm using all kinds of goodies. And, come back here. So this is what the paper pack looks like, and what was the name of it? So this is kind of an album for men. And this comes from Country Craft Creations. countrycraftcreations.com. I've got a couple of different packs. I wanted to try it out. It's their new paper line. And this one is called Retro Men. They are themed sheets and cut apart tags. You get 3 of each decorator sheets and 2 of the cut aparts. You get 2 the same. And that's the back of that one. Here's the cover. So that's what it's called, by Country Craft Creations. And it also comes with 2 of these. Now the rest of it has 3 sheets of each. And I am using one of each in each book. And the reason that I did it this way, so the way I made the book is why I did it this way. Because I wanted to be able to use as much of the paper as possible. So we have two of those. Oh, I was going to show you the backs. I'm sorry. Here's the back of the fishing one. Isn't this beautiful? That's the back of the TV. So it's a 1950s type theme. I love that. Here's the back of this one. You can see it's the check shirts. And here is the cars. Here are the cars. And the back of that one. And as you can tell, the paper is a little glossy. I don't normally use a glossy, but it is kind of a semi matte glossy. Here's the back of that one. And then reminds me of can't think of his name right now. Anyway, the barber one. And vests and barber's shop doodads on that one. Here is men in dress suits with fancy shoes. And here's the back of that one. It looks like a sweater vest, doesn't it? And I love this one. And this, Tamara at Country Craft Creations, the owner, has a dog like this. So I'm sure that this is her dog. Yes, I'm sure. So there he is. There's a pretty picture down there. So I'm going around the edges and making them, I'm using archival ink on them, and it is the acid-free, permanent, and waterproof black soot. It is the distressing, it is a distressing ink by Ranger. So I'm using that. I'm actually using two awls. I'll show you why. And so let me explain this a little bit. So there are 8 different sheets, and I wanted to use them all, and I wanted to make a journal that could lay kind of flat and would open beautifully. Let's see. And so, like I said, I've lined all of them, or not lined, I've gone around each of the main pages with ink. And then I glued the front and back of, or the back one to the next front one, just along the edges. And I used, probably a 1/4 inch around the edge on the sides with ink, or sorry, with glue. And I'm using this Fabri-Tac because the paper's kind of glossy. So I wanted to be sure it stuck. Then on the bottom, let me show you with like this one. Let's just show you here. About a 1/4 inch here. And then I put washi tape on here. And I did about a 1/4 inch along this washi tape. Now I measured, I measured this piece 1/2 of an inch right here, and I ran my washi tape along that just to help the edges not crack. Or if they did get kind of crackly, this covered that up, plus reinforced the spine. So the glue, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. Then I wiped it down and brought it clear to the edge. And then I just flattened it out here. I'm talking about the glue. And then I made sure I got it out to the edge there. What this does for me is it gives me a pocket between every section. It's not a giant pocket. And like I said, it's reinforced by about a 1/4 inch of glue there. So that keeps it from coming apart. So each one is like that. Now the reason, excuse me, the reason I only came here a 1/2 inch is I allowed for this. If I'd have glued this together, the book would start bulking out. And it allows this piece to continue to have this, you know how they get that kind of lump there from the papers folding? It allows that fold to happen. So, I'm going to go through one signature with you and we'll glue it on. And then if we have time, we will look at some ephemera to go with it. Now, on this one, this is the next page it's going to glue to. And the reason I chose this side to put a thumb hole in it is because this side normally has just the picture-y stuff, and the opposite side often has, let's see, more of a, not that one either, or that one, maybe this one. Well, let me see here. Not that one. Maybe it's just this one. Would have the more decorative picture on this edge, on the right side. And on this side, when I cut the dog off at the top, I just turned him into this little pocket. But I'll still be able to put a thumb hole here. But he's my cover one anyway. So, let's put one of these together and sew in the signature. And if I remember, I'll tell you why I used 2 awls. So I have everything pre-cut. Now I do not want to sew this upside down, so I'm going to flip it around. And I'm going to pull out all my papers here. And I'm going to start with this little envelope. I'm going to open it if I can. I haven't opened one of these yet. Going to do it carefully. And I'm going to pop that out, just like that. And trim that little piece off there. That's a little extra that we have now. Now I did not do this to all of them. I should have, but I didn't. So I'm going to leave that piece on there because when I glue it down, it will go back into shape. And that'll be covered. So what I want to do is measure this and find my middle point. So I'm just going to flip it this way. And it is a about a 3-inch envelope, maybe a 3 and an 1/8. So I'm going to, right in the middle, I hope this is the middle, right in the middle there, I'm going to make a mark, and then I'm going to, as close as I can, nope, nope, right there, I'm going to make a center hole. Okay, so that part's done. I wanted to get that out of the way. Now I'm going to measure this one on the back page, and it is about 8.5 inches tall, so I need to find my center point, which is going to be, I divided it evenly between 2 points and found my center point. I'm going to take this, this is the whale tail, and I'm using that to make my punches. Now I want to ink this up because it's far easier to ink it while it's standing alone than when it's in the book. Yeah, I saw, who did I see doing this? I will have to look her up and let you know. But she made really grungy journals this way, and they were so adorable. But I will look for her name and try and remember to plaster it on the screen here for you, or put it down in the description box. And yeah, she did a great job. Okay, so I have all my cut apart pieces here, and I have my initial journal. Now the first thing I want to do is make sure that I have this cut down enough. I realized that I forgot to cut some of them down. I want just a little 16th here and little 16th there. Okay, and I have that. So we're going to put this one in here, and then we're going to add one of the ephemera pieces, making sure we're going right side up. Rock Hudson. Is that Rock Hudson? It reminds me of Rock Hudson and Doris Day when they made movies together. Okay, so now we have this one. I am losing my voice, my goodness. I think we'll put in this map. Now these maps, the other side's going to be upside down. That's okay. We can manage it. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this one up a little higher so it at least gets connected in 2 spots in the pamphlet stitch. Man, my voice. I'm about tired of this voice. I'm going to put this old newsprint down towards the bottom because I want at least 2 holes to get punched. And then we're going to put in this black and white photo. And we're going to put in another one of these. Now, then we're going to put in some birds. Just a little bit of everything. And then our center page. So, we have that. Now, I can put this in as well if I want to. And then we're going to use that envelope too, but first we're going to get our papers all lined up together without the cover, and then we're going to set them back in the cover, trying to get that 1/16 of an inch on each side. And then I have made a template here, and you'll see I made these little marks on each side. The whole template is as wide, as long as the page, the outside of the page. And these little marks on the ends, sorry, they're hard to see. Those little marks right on the end, they're a little tiny pencil mark. Those marks are what line up on the inside of the page. And you will notice that I marked a T for top. Now this piece is going to have to come all the way up to the top. And so that is letting me know if each piece that I'm using is the same size. Okay, so here we go. It's because I want the I want the book to be nice and even though you're not going to see the, now leave this in, even though you're not going to see the binding too much, I want it to still look good. Okay, I'm leaving that one, and I'm coming down to the bottom hole, and I'm going to poke that one there, and now I'm leaving that one. And I'm going back up to the top. And I'm pushing that one through. Now you want to make sure when you push these through that you're pushing through nice and straight, not at an angle. If you're pushing at an angle, those holes are going to be at an angle. When you try to come through straight this way, they're actually going to be at an angle. So make sure you push through nice and straight on those. Just like that. Okay. So now I'm going to remove this thing in the spine that I used, my pattern. And then I'm going to put these back in. I'm leaving that one open. Now you don't really need 3 times the length on such a thin signature, but I'm still using just a little less than that. But you really don't need it 3 lengths. I haven't figured out what you do need yet, but you know, I quit using that much when I... Okay, now you decide which way you want your envelope to open and which way you want it to close. So if you want it to, you know, close on this side, then turn it this way. If you want it to open and close on this side, then anyway, you'll figure that out. Run this through here. Yeah, I did a couple of these the wrong way, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, gotta do it a little bit different. Okay, I want this to go through that same hole, so I'm kind of moving my envelope around down there to get this in the right place. I'm going to show it to you here in just a second. Okay, pull that all the way through. Okay, so here we go. Now we have this open envelope in here. You want to run this string. If you want an envelope hiding your strings, you want to run this right past that, right over that envelope, and right into the next hole. just like that. See how it pulls that nice and tight? Now we're going to find our other string and hang on to it if we can. It's hard to hang on to it, keep the book closed, and do all that stuff. I think I need to bring it out a little further. It's hard to get through the envelope part because when I made it, I didn't make it with the envelope in there. My holes must be off. I don't want to pull that too tight because I'll rip my spine, and I don't want to do that. There it is. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull it through because I know I have it. Let's see. We'll see. If I can't pull it, then that means I have run my there we go. Okay. It would have meant I sewed through my thread on the back or in this middle hole. Okay, so that goes in there. Pull that on through. Take the needle off and get it out of your way. Okay. Now you still have to run one of these under there. One on the left, one on the right. And I am double knotting these because I am actually gluing the bottom part into just the bottom part of this, and I'll show you how I'm doing that. The two awls work beautifully. It really helps to keep it lined up if you have a problem with it. I always do, so excuse me. Okay, now I've been leaving these a little bit long because I kind of like looking at them stuck out on each side. You don't have to do that, but I just thought it was kind of fun. Okay, so what I did then was ran this just right along here on the inside of the envelope, and then I ran just a little glue along each side. Some on top of the string, some on the bottom of the string. Okay, just like that. Then you want to fold those in, and you want to do your outside on this one, and then your inside on this one. I'm not sure how tall that goes up. Maybe right there, I guess. We're going to find out, aren't we? Then once you have it where you need all your glue, just fold it over. Glue that bottom part in. Put that down. And there you have it. Your no bow, no other things, nothing else. Now you have just an envelope to put things in. And we'll make a closure for this later. Now I want to show you how I put the whole piece together. So you notice I measured off a 1/2 inch on one side of these, and I used a wide washi tape that is like a 1 inch wide. It was a Tim Holtz. It looks like camo on this one, but I think it's supposed to look like, you know, the inside of a book with all the beautiful papers. Okay, so there we go. It looks like it's lining up pretty good. I have some things sticking out there that are too big. It's because I tore the paper crooked. So let's just chop that down a little bit. Whoops. It helps if you can cut a straight line. I can't, so, you know, hence the crooked cut. There we go. That'll look better. I can do better than that. Doesn't matter. There we go. A little bit better. Now, some of these papers are a little fragile, but, you know, they just are. Now, this one is upside down, so maybe you have to put something over that, a picture or something. Some of them, when you pull them out of the book, they're just like that. Isn't that beautiful? There's our envelope. Pretty, isn't it? Sorry I had to cut your head there. Yeah, very cool. All right, so let's glue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's glue signature number 6 to the top. Now it's getting a little bit harder to do because it's at a slant, but it's still working, and I'll show you how I'm doing it. So about a 1/4 inch is what I said. Okay, so I'm going to come about there, about a 1/4 inch. I'll put lots of glue there because I'm going to have to come back after it's starting to set up and push it around a little bit, because I want to push it right out to the edge. So about a 1/4 inch down here on the bottom too, staying as much in on this side of the washi tape as you can, if you're doing it this way. And I hope I explained that well enough, but on this side of the washi tape is where your book is making that big curve. And so this is allowing this piece over here not to stress. We're creating less stress by leaving the spine a little freedom. So about a 1/4 of an inch over here. And then I want to bring it out to the edge of the paper. I'm just barely touching that glue to get it there. I'm going to squish this one down. If it goes on here a little bit, that's okay. I am taking it off as much as I can. But if it's there, it's there. You know, I'm not going to worry a whole lot about it. I just don't want that piece to be strained is all. If I have a bunch there, then yes, I should take a little bit off, but I think it's fine. There's a little bit that needs to come off right there. Okay, making sure the book is upright. And making sure this one is upright, I'm going to lay this on as well as I can. I'm going to stand it up. That's why I'm using this glue too, is because it allows you time to move the paper around. And I'm lining this side up. I'm lining this up all the way down to the bottom. And then I'm looking at it. And I'm making sure that this is all lined up as well. And it is. See that? We've got a pocket in there. I don't want to open it yet because I don't want to cause any stress on the glue that's setting up now. Okay, so I'm going to close this and then just barely open it so I can get to this back part. And I'm going to press that glue down. And that's also going to squish out any extra glue. So we need to just take that off. Okay. Then I'm going to flip it over. So this is facing downward, and I'm going to do that again. This gives me a more solid surface to put that glue down by going along the spine part there. And I'm just going to make sure that it has stayed even, because I'll still have a little bit of maneuver time on it, but I think I did okay. Okay, so this is where you make sure you get your glue off the edges, because you don't want to glue your book together. And then you'll want to close that and leave it alone. And see how we've given this room to move and be spongy and springy, just like the springs in a car. Gotta leave a little bit of spring in their step. We're going to reinforce this spine as well. So there we are. That is signature number 6. So I have 2 more to go on this, 2 more signatures to put together, just like we did this one. It's fairly easy. And so let's look at a piece of ephemera. Let's take this one and turn it the right way. And let's see if there's something we want to do here. I'll find that piece that goes with it. Let's see, this is the milkman, right? There we go. So let's put a milkman pocket in, shall we? Right here. And I think we'll leave a little bit of space here. Let me, this might be kind of hard to see, but I'm going to darken that a little bit, just so I myself can see it a little better. This was what I cut off of the 12 by 12. So I'm going to go ahead and put it down here in this pocket. And I'm going to bring it in a little bit so that it's not right on the edge. I've got about a little over 1/4 inch here. So I want to come in about that far as well. So right there, I'll need to get this. And I'm going to line that up. There we go. See, I still have more for that signature. But I did find that I needed to give this a little bit of a hinge area. So first I want to find my center point on this. I've got 5 inches. So 2.5 right there. 1, 2. Oh. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.5 right there. It doesn't look right. Two and a half and 2.5. That's 5. So that should be right. But it actually comes over just slightly more. So somewhere in there I will get it right. Once again, I'm using this punch. And I'm going to go around it with the black ink. I just decided to stick with the black on this one, the black soot, because it helped immediately to cover up the edge, but it didn't have so much color to it that it made it look any different. I wanted to keep it in that 50s tone, you know. Okay, I need a piece of paper. Right down here beside me, it has some really thick stuff that I was going to throw out because I just didn't like it. It was too thick. But I'm going to use it to make my hinges. So we need a 1 inch wide. And then we have this one. Right there. And we need another one of them. I'm not going to put one on the bottom. I just want it to be on the sides because that will give it just enough flexibility to allow extra things in the pockets. Oh, this one I did blueberries on the back. Oh, I need blueberries and blackberries. Wrong time of year to be asking for them, but hey, wouldn't they make a nice, beautiful dye? I'll be honest, I don't really use the other dyed papers too much. I love them, but I really just don't use them too much. I have some beautiful pink ones here that I've had, and I am more apt to use the coffee dyed papers. I want to start using up a lot of book pages. That's why this one has quite a few in each signature. I think there's 5 or 6 or 7 in each signature. I'm hoping I can break my habit of buying papers. I love paper. I'm not going to say I'm not going to buy them because I love them. Had I have not looked, I'd have been okay because I wouldn't have seen them. But I'm glad I ordered them. I like Country Craft Creations. I love the people. She has a great channel. They do a lot of mini albums, and there are some that do scrapbooking and some that do journals, junk journals. So it's really nice. It's a great group of women. Absolutely phenomenal. What I love is that they They just care so much about everybody, you know. It's just really awesome. I find that with the junk journal community as well. You know, we all just start caring for each other so much that, you know, we worry about each other, and if we don't hear from someone, we're like, oh no, what happened? And are you okay? And yeah. So it is pretty amazing what can happen between a bunch of women. And there's some guys on here too, you know. We worry about them as well if we don't hear from them for a while. But I'm gluing my pocket right up close to my face, which I shouldn't be doing since it's this kind of glue. I should be careful, because really it's... Let me get this out of the way. Okay, about 1/4 of an inch, top, bottom, sides. Whoops. I should have put a mark there. If you fingernail this paper, it will show a line in the paper that your fingernail has rubbed across it. But I do love the paper. I mean, it's absolutely stunning paper. It's beautiful. I think it might be more for albums and scrapbooking, but hey, it's a challenge. I gotta take the challenge here. Nobody offered it to me, but I gotta take it. Okay, so there. Isn't that wonderful? So what do we have that we could put on there? Do you know what I did with the paper? I want... There we might need one of those. And like that. That one. So I think... What do we have on here? Do we have a milkman? Oh yeah, there he is. Of course he's in the middle. Excuse me while I cut between those. And then we'll cut around this guy. Fussy cut. Oh my goodness. I can't tell you how good it feels to be here with you guys. The struggle is real. I have discovered that. So this is really my first time being here since first of the year, other than my quick videos for my room. So I have a few words I want to try and put into action over this year. I'm not sticking with just one word. I may not stick with any words, but right now my word is to be courageous and to set my resolve on some volunteering I do. And what else? Courageous and resolve. Oh, feel no guilt. That's an important one. We need to remember that one. Let me get a drink of my soda. Now, if you'll hang on 1 minute, I'm going to get something to run through here. Let me peek from here. I see it. And getting one of these. Got my ribbon jar. It's not right above me anymore. Ugh. It is way over yonder now. I want that. I'm going to just set my jar right down there. Now I want to look at this. Yes, I think it's this one I want. Are they both the same? They're not supposed to be. Let's find out. I might have the same two together. That one does that. And this one does that too. This one's a little smaller. I have another one that leaves a thingamajig in it. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. Just like this. Kind of want that in between there. I'll do that over here too. Hopefully I'll have them, you know, semi-straight. Oh, wrong way, Angela. Wrong way. One ticket to wrong way. Oh dear. And here. Okay, so right about there. I feel like it needs something behind it. Oh, that is the drawer. Maybe a little bit of this. I think that would work. What do you think? Or should it be more of a solid, like this? That one's a little bit smaller. Kind of like that. I think it needs to be a little bit wider. Not liking that one. Oh. What about this? That's stuff I got from Josephine. Thank you, Josephine. This stuff is kind of fuzzy on the back. Oh yeah, I like that. It's very hard to tear apart. I can tell you that. You'll have to have a strong, very strong upper body to tear these to tear it at all. So pulling those threads out. It's hard to even get the threads out, guys. It has a nice thick weave in it. It's beautiful. Yes, there we go. Okay, so do we want it to go to the edge or just wrap around here? I think we'll run it to the edge. So let's start by gluing this piece down. Now this is kind of fuzzy on the back, so it does like to absorb the glue a little bit. So you may have to go around it twice with glue, because the first one might absorb into the weave. Come on. Who made you the glue boss? You're the boss of the glue. Woo-hoo-hoo. Got a glue ball. It's a glue ball, not a snot ball. Okay. I'm going to put it up more than down. I'm going to be gentle when I press that because I don't want all that glue to absorb through. I just want it to catch that bottom weave. And let me put those back in there. Okay. Now, I'm going to, how do I want to do that? Cut it across there. And then go fold it like this. Hope I'm on camera. Give it a little flaggy look back over there. And I think I want to leave it just a little bit. I don't care if it wrinkles from the page. Oh, I better not do it upside down. There we go. Then right about here. Oh my gosh, have you ever watched that Curiosity Incorporated? It's on YouTube. Oh, Gail Augustinelli, chatting in her thing the other day on one of her videos, said that she watched the Potter House one. It was where they bought an estate, a hoarder house. Well, it turned out the woman was a famous potter. It made pottery. And the story is amazing. I've watched all the episodes now. And it was well worth the time to do it. It did take some time. But oh my gosh. To learn about her life and, you know, everything. It was just awesome. And it was awesome to see what he found in the house because, well, you know, as people who go to estate sales, we love those kinds of things. And people that love ephemera and stuff. Oh my gosh. Absolutely wonderful. I'm going to push that back in a little bit and just let it wrinkle. I'm going to let it dry that way because any glue that's on that little wrinkle that's sticking up there. See how it's sticking up? That glue will make it dry a little harder. Okay, so we have that one and that one and that. What else will we have in here, I wonder? I don't know, you know. I really don't know. We will have a lot. Okay, well, I've kept you long enough anyway, so I just wanted to show you kind of basically how I was working the paper and stuff. I have more paper that I can use in this, part of the journal. Yes, I know, I forgot. Here's the milkman guy right here. We better put him in his pocket. See if we can cut this way. There we go. Let's see if he'll fit in there. And of course he will. Might put him over here though, to kind of coordinate that page. Then maybe just do 3 sides here. And then we can stick something in there. I like that idea. That's what we're doing. My daughter-in-law made the cutest cake. Oh my gosh. It was adorable. She made it for her little nephew for his birthday, and he loves dinosaurs. And it had dinosaurs on it. And it was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my goodness. She amazes me. She is such a good cook, and she can make desserts. Oh, she should own her own bakery. I am not kidding you. She is amazing with this stuff, and you know, her and her sisters could go in on a bakery together or something. It would be wonderful. She's very creative. All my daughter-in-laws are creative. That's what I love about them all. And my daughters too. You know, they're all really creative people. And my granddaughters, and I don't know. It's really awesome to be this way. You know, I love my creativity. And that was the one thing that Gail had mentioned about the Potter's House videos, the Hoarder House, was that when he asked her where she got her ideas, she pointed to her head and she said, they're in here. They're in here. And, you know, she went on to say things about if she couldn't be in her studio, how it made her feel. And that's the way I am. The days that I can't be in my studio, it makes me crazy. I'm not kidding you. I just, you know, I get very upset, and it's very difficult to be out of this room. unless I just exhaustion has set in or something. But yeah, just to hear someone say it and point at their head and understand exactly what she was saying, to know, and to not have anybody look at you funny. It's like you could talk to her and tell her, I feel that way, and of course she'd say, well, of course, you're creative. I don't know if she'd say that. She has since passed away, of course, but it was so good. So thank you to Gail Augustinelli for recommending that video series, because it was fabulous. I loved it. I did cry at the funeral. I didn't go to it. I just saw it online. Not the funeral, but the procession. And if you watch it, you'll see why, because he honored her, the purchaser of the home. He and his family honored her in so many beautiful ways. And people came and helped work on the house, and it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful show. So well done, Curiosity Incorporated. And so anyway, I am off to drink the rest of my soda, and I will see you very soon. It may not be tomorrow because I have to work all day tomorrow at the Genealogy Society, but I'll be back. So thanks for hanging out with me. See y'all later. Ta-ta for now.